Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour. Now, here's John Truman Wolfe.
Good afternoon, folks. John Truman Wolfe here with the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour. Thursday, February 25th, 4 o'clock LA time. Gorgeous, gorgeous day up here in the mountains north of Los Angeles. Really, it's spring-like up here. A little chilly, but spring-like. Gorgeous. Hope it's nice where you are. All right, well, we're going to review as we do each week, review the financial stats. They are down across the board. It almost doesn't matter what you are invested in, unless you're betting on higher interest rates. But the Dow Jones took a big hit today. Down, it's 31,402, down 559 points. That's not chicken feed. That's a hit. It was scratching at 32,000 and then took a big hit here at down 559. Pardon me. The S&P 3829 off 96. The NASDAQ 13,119 off 478. That's a big dip for the NASDAQ. Big dip for all of them. The excuse, the PR line, is that the tech sector profits were disappointing, and so everybody bails, I guess. It's PR that drives that market rather than real results, but we'll leave that discussion for another time. Gold also took a hit. I mean, gold was scraping its way back up out of the 1700s into the 1800s, was treading water there in the 1800s, and then took a strong hit today, down 34 points, close at 1770. So there's an effort to keep gold down, suppressed, because silver was off 31 cents. No. Silver was off 52 cents, excuse me. But it's at 27.57. It's just hanging tough in there. Silver is being much more resilient than gold. It's holding its value there. I mean, it stayed there at 27.28. It was up into the 28s yesterday, down to 27.57 off 52 cents. So a 52 cent shakedown in silver is not small, but it's holding this position there in the high 20s. Very strong for silver. Sooner or later, folks, get out of the way for silver. Silver and gold both, but silver in particular. So now let's roll over to, so the equities are down, the precious metals are down. How about cryptos? The cryptos were down as well. Almost all the cryptos were down. It looked like they were going to pull out of the big setback. They meaning Bitcoin and others, and they didn't do so, and fell back down. It was up to 50,000 and change. And last time I looked, which was a few minutes ago, 47,832. Off 0.31. We're going to come back and talk about how the other cryptos did, some of which held strongly. Stay with us. I'm John Truman Wolfe. We'll be right back.
When you invest, what do you need? Investors need foresight and prediction so they can invest with confidence. Is the stock market going up and down? What about precious metals or Bitcoin? The stock market may be treading water right now, but now may be a more opportune time to invest in precious metals. Are gold and silver booming? What do you buy? Bullion? Mining stocks? Which ones? The cryptocurrency market is also advancing strongly, but which ones do you buy? John Truman Wolfe, former banker and #1 best-selling author, gives you the answers in his widely read newsletter, Strategic Financial Intelligence, available at strategicfinancialintelligence.com. Wolfe called the breakout of the gold market and the breakout of the silver market. He may not have a crystal ball, but his investment picks tell a story. Metals and digital currencies are on the move. Don't miss out. Go to strategicfinancialintelligence.com and get the Strategic Financial Intelligence newsletter today. strategicfinancialintelligence.com.
All right, folks, and we are back. This is John Truman Wolfe. And the strange thing, sorry for the interruption there, folks. The sun is so bright here that it was shining through a magnifying glass that's sitting on my desk, and and actually lit some paper on fire. It's kind of a bizarre thing to have. It's like from the sun coming in the window. It's like there's smoke coming out the other side of my desk. Anyway, we'll set that aside here. Sorry for the brief. Bitcoin, tried to recover. I mean, we've had the crypto market. Markets, if you've been following them, have been down the last few days, 2-3 days, very sharply down. Yesterday started to recover. Bitcoin down from the middle to high 50s. Got down, I think, as low as 45,000 and change, and then climbed back up yesterday to 50,500, give or take 50,400, and looked to be headed up back to where it had fallen from. But that's not what happened overnight. And today, Bitcoin has fallen. And is trading, as I say, last time I looked at it, 47,832. Ethereum, which has gone through a similar ups and downs, was up around 1900, crashed down, got as low as 14 and change, which was a big dip for Ethereum. And then yesterday was climbing back up, got up to the low 1600s. So climbed out of I think it got to about 1450, climbed back up and was at 1602 last night. Looking at it now, Ethereum 1524, not healthy. And so the cryptos, most of the cryptos are off, and they're off in greater or lesser degree, but they're off. So this is not the bull market in cryptos has definitely gone on pause. I always report on Ripple, which is at 45 cents, off almost 1%, 0.75% in the last 24 hours. So those are all down now. A very strong crypto, which I got back, I think around 16 cents a few months ago, Cardano, has not only held strong, but is up today. So which is a very strong statement in the face of this downtrending market, because almost all, not everyone, but almost all of the cryptos are off. Cardano, $1.11, up almost 10% in the last 24 hours. So it's hanging tough, very, very strong. And if you're not a Cardano fan, you should be one. Transparency, I own some Cardano, and I like it. As I said, I bought it at 16 cents. It's now $1.11. Rock and roll, Cardano. The top news stories of the day aren't interested at all in this crash is too strong a word, this setback in the crypto markets. There has not been a lot of attention on it. This is a normal and frankly a healthy development, because no markets go straight up. It just doesn't happen. No markets go straight up without a setback. So coming back down, going up and down, and is positive. It's healthy, and the news is very positive. The crypto news is super positive. One article here out of a finance magazine says world's first Bitcoin ETF soars past 500 million in assets under management. So for those of you that don't know what an ETF is, that stands for ETF, stands for Exchange Traded Fund. And exchange traded funds are, you invest in a corporation, in an ETF, that itself goes in and targets a specific industry sector. And then theoretically, you've got experts in that industry sector, say agriculture, say precious metals, aluminum, it could be anything. I mean, there are hundreds, maybe thousands of ETFs. There are probably thousands. I don't know what the number is, but lots of them. So here's a Bitcoin ETF, which opened a week ago. A Bitcoin ETF means you invest in the ETF. The ETF then is going to do the buying and selling and the trading of Bitcoin. And I didn't look at the perspective. I didn't see a perspective, but I saw a news article. I'm guessing they may trade in other currencies, but I didn't see that. I'm just assuming that a Bitcoin ETF would probably also trade in Ether at least, but I don't know that. That may not be the case. It's just if I was doing a Bitcoin ETF, I'd also make it available to trade in Ethereum and others. So the article, the world's first Bitcoin exchange traded fund, is off to a hot start. The Purpose Investments Bitcoin ETF, Purpose Investments is the name of the ETF, now has more than 590 million assets under management after launching just a week ago. Boom. You think there's interest in Bitcoin? Half a billion dollars in a week, more than $500 million in a week. The ETF was the first physically settled Bitcoin ETF to win approval and began trading in Canada on Thursday. This must be of last week. It now gives investors a more direct way to invest in Bitcoin relative to other closed-end funds, and on it goes. So, the hits just keep on coming relative to cryptocurrencies. There are about 100 million people now who own crypto assets, 100 million. And while that number, relative to the number of the population of the planet, may not be huge, 100 million people investing in this market is a big deal. We've got here
40.
Okay. We've got some
30.
Mike, some pretty loud music there in the ears.
It's a break, Bruce.
Okay. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Hill Street Cafe, Burbank, would like to thank all of you for your continued support. During these difficult times, Hill Street Cafe is remaining open for takeout and delivery service from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. They'll be offering a modified menu to keep prices down and maintain the best quality. The safety of their customers and employees is their top priority, and they're abiding by all CDC and Health Department regulations. Order via their Hill Street Cafe Chow Now app or on their website, hillstreetcafe.com. HilstreetCafeOnline.com. You have the option of curbside pickup. We will bring the food out to your car. You are also able to order for delivery or pickup via the normal food delivery apps like Grubhub, Postmates, Uber Eats, and DoorDash. Hill Street Cafe is here to serve you. Call them at 818-845-0046 or come by to pick up at 3301 North Glen Oaks Boulevard in Burbank, California. Hill Street Cafe, Burbank. Pickup and delivery services are available at 818-845-0046 or visit them at HillStreetCafeOnline.com.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares, first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to remember to do your testing, and you always need to be sticking your fingers. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger pricks. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call U.S. Medical Supply today for a free benefits check. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill Medicare or your insurance directly. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. That's 800-633-1378.
All right, folks, we're back. John Truman Wolfe, the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour. As we were breaking there, I was covering this article that shows that the number of folks that are owning Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies is now over 100 million. This one site, it says, has published a new report estimating the total number of crypto users globally rose from 66 million in May of 2020 to 106 million in January. So it's this is a booming market, folks. You've got $500 million being poured into this ETF in Canada, a Bitcoin ETF, something that is new to the world, but I think there will be more of them for sure. And if that ETF, the new one there in Canada, isn't an ETF that invests in various cryptos, then there will be ones, because while Bitcoin remains the grandfather, Bitcoin's the big one, there are several altcoins, and I define this weekly, but an altcoin is any coin other than Bitcoin, that are booming, that are doing very well. Not today so much, except for Cardano, which is doing well today, but many of the smaller altcoins, along with Ethereum and Bitcoin, are all down. But generally, if you back up and look at the graphs of these altcoins, they are strong, very strong. And so you've got a community, not just the leader, but you've got a community of cryptocurrencies that, taken as a whole, is in a bull market. That bull market, I repeat, has paused the last couple of days, but I don't think it's in any way over, the bull market. The industry's here to stay. I mean, if you have any question about that, let me relieve you of that doubt. cryptocurrencies are here to stay. They're not going away. Interestingly, even the chairman of the Federal Reserve Board, who was testifying before Congress, Jerome Powell, was, kind of dancing around the key issues. He's trying to protect other people on Wall Street, other institutions on Wall Street that are, concerned with Bitcoin. Is this going to be another currency, et cetera? Here's an article which says Fed chair says it's up to Congress to bring the digital dollar to the market. So, I mean, they were blowing this off a few months ago. Digital dollar, central bank digital currency? I don't think so. No. His tune is changing. Interestingly, he talks about how he's looking at this, how he has to protect other markets. Here's a statement. Jerome Powell added that the Federal Reserve needs to consider the health of other markets when creating a digital currency. Not if it creates a digital currency, but in creating a digital currency. In a House Financial Services Committee hearing today, Powell responded to questions from Representative Patrick McHenry, who said the digital dollar would likely face national economic security issues for the United States, blah, blah, blah. There's another point he made over here. He added, here he's trying to protect other markets. He added that the Fed needed to consider the health of other markets when creating a digital dollar, adding that the project may need to go to lawmakers first. So he's trying to put this on Congress's plate, which it may be. I mean, the House has got the authority to create money. But to quote Powell, he says, we could well need legislative authorization for such a thing. It isn't clear until we see which way we're going. So a little bit of double talk from the chairman of the Federal Reserve Bank about digital currencies. But you'll notice there, and if you've been following this, and read his statements previously last year and even earlier, he's very kind of iffy on it. Well, we may get to it, we may not get to it. Now it's not. The question is not if, but when. And the question is not if, but, well, we may need Congress to step in. We may need the public to step in. The fact of the matter is I don't think the Fed knows what they're doing here. He did say in the testimony that he's talking to other central bankers, as you know from earlier broadcasts, and if you're a subscriber to the newsletter, other central bankers that are running with digital currencies like China are kicking our butt in this regard. All right, we're going to come back and talk some more about the cryptocurrency markets right after this. I'm John Truman Wolfe. Do stay with us. We'll be right back.
Does your current bathroom need to be updated immediately? Introducing One Day Bath and Shower Remodeling, the complete and hassle-free way to get the new bathroom of your dreams in as little as 1 day, and for as little as $199 a month. Yes, the experts at One Day Bath and Shower Remodeling will come to you anywhere in the country and show you all the customized options. Now you can have a brand new bathroom in as little as 1 day. Large or small bathrooms, if you want a new bathtub or shower installed, we can do it in as little as 1 day. And if you call right now, you can save $750 off your remodel. We make it easy by offering you financing as low as $199 per month. Call now to schedule your free in-home consultation.
855-525-7454. 855-525-7454. That's 855-525-7454.
When you really want Italian food, you've got to get to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club, Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. It's that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you, and due to Columbo's multitude of clamoring clientele demanding the immediate reopening of their mecca of gustatorial magnificence, Columbo's Columbo's, he's the call to feed the famished on their picturesque patio. Columbo's has triumphantly reopened. Savor their mouth-watering, delectable steaks, the freshest fish offerings, Columbo's family Italian dishes, the world's greatest meatballs, all at a price that'll have you ooh and ah with delight. Yowza. Yes, it's time once again to tingle your taste buds and treasure the Columbo's experience. Columbo's has reopened, and still, that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Columbo's, mangia bene.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Their expert staff can help you turn your book idea into a real book, a masterpiece that could someday make the bestseller list in hard copy and digitally all across the world. Page Publishing can help you completely take your idea for a book, write it, and publish it. So if you want to join the ranks of some of the most famous authors in the world, call now for a free information kit. Turn your book idea into publishing gold. Make a free call right now to Page Publishing.
800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. That's 800-378-3212.
When you invest, what do you need? Investors need foresight and prediction so they can invest with confidence. Is the stock market going up and down? What about precious metals or Bitcoin? The stock market may be treading water right now, but now may be a more opportune time to invest in precious metals. Are gold and silver booming? What do you buy? Bullion? Mining stocks? Which ones? The cryptocurrency market is also advancing strongly, but which ones do you buy? John Truman Wolfe, former banker and #1 best-selling author, gives you the answers in his widely read newsletter, Strategic Financial Intelligence, available at strategicfinancialintelligence.com. Wolfe called the breakout of the gold market and the breakout of the silver market. He may not have a crystal ball, but his investment picks tell a story. Metals and digital currencies are on the move. Don't miss out. Go to strategicfinancialintelligence.com and get the Strategic Financial Intelligence newsletter today. strategicfinancialintelligence.com.
All right, folks, we're back. John Truman Wolfe here with the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour. The John Truman Wolfe Fire Hour. I shouldn't deviate to discuss an interruption to the show, but it was so bizarre. There is a, as I've said to listeners, we're up here in the mountains, and the sun is really bright. We're 6,000 feet up, and so there's this magnifying glass sitting on my desk. And somehow the sun was shooting right through the magnifying glass onto actually a letter from a bank, believe it or not, and started on fire. Strangest thing I've ever seen. All right, so back to more important things than the fires in the studio here. It wasn't really a fire; it was just a smoldering envelope. But at any rate, we're talking about kind of the booming crypto market, and Jerome Powell's testimony before Congress, because this is now a subject, and there are congressmen, and I've read articles that have their names. I don't recall their names, but that are strong crypto advocates, very strong crypto advocates. So crypto is getting a little governmental protection in Congress. Jerome Powell, to repeat, was a little kind of unclear and bouncing around. Other central banks are not that way at all. Some of the Scandinavian banks just going straight ahead, full bore steam on developing cryptocurrencies for their countries, the central banks. One of our cryptos that I have, and I think we've talked about before, called Stellar, got a deal with, was it Stellar that got the deal with the government of the Ukraine to develop a cryptocurrency. And that crypto boomed. Stellar's doing very well. as are several of the other, to repeat, as are several of the other altcoins. We talked about Cardano, EOS, and I even stuck my toe into Tron last week. It's at about a nickel. We'll see how that goes. I mean, it broke from 3 cents to a nickel, which sounds like child's play, but that's a bit that's a big move up percentage-wise. So we'll see once the market shakes off the current what do we call it, malaise. I think these things will do well. There's also an article talking about how MicroStrategy and Square, these are two large corporations, poured tons of money of the corporate reserves into Bitcoin. MicroStrategy bought $1 billion worth of Bitcoin as part of its reserves. So it's, now corporations not only have cash and bonds and gold, maybe, they've now got Bitcoin. And there's more and more corporations doing this, which gives legitimacy to the entire sector. Huge amounts of money. MicroStrategy's put in a little over $1 billion, and this other company, Square, put in about 160 million. So, these are big corporate players, and they're buying Bitcoin. And they should be buying, in my opinion, not only Bitcoin, but some of the other cryptos. I repeat, Cardano, I don't want to beat this one to death, but in the face of this downturn of the cryptocurrency market, this coin not only has held its own and not gone down, it's gone up. Cardano, let me see, I've got some information here on Cardano. Market cap of $8 billion, so it's up there. I think it's the, fourth or fifth biggest crypto, 8 billion market cap, established in 2017. 2020 return on Cardano, 441%, which is obviously good, but it's much higher than that now because, I repeat, I bought it at 16 cents. It's now $1.11. Here, this article, which is a recent article, talks about buying it. It's a good buy at 30 cents, but this is a few weeks old, and Cardano is well above $1 and has held on being above $1, and I think is going to continue to do super well. Other cryptos that I like, and if you're an investor, you don't have to, as I've said before, you don't have to put a lot of money into these things. You can put a lot of money into them, like that corporation I was just talking about, put $1 billion worth of their reserves in. But to clear up any misunderstanding, you can buy Bitcoin or Ethereum or any of these things in any amount. You go to one of the crypto exchanges, and you got an extra $500, you got $1,000, you got whatever you've got. You can buy that amount of that coin. So you can buy, as we've talked about, Bitcoin now at the top of the hour is $47,000 and change, 47,800 and something, I think. So you don't have to buy a full Bitcoin. You don't have to write a check for $47,000. You can use your credit card and buy a few hundred, a few thousand, whatever you want to buy. And in my opinion, it's a good place to test your investment chops. I repeat, this market isn't going away. It's going to stay there. And if you buy some cryptos, go to one of the exchanges and buy some cryptos, then, buy, sell, get your feet wet in this world, because digital currencies are definitely here to stay, and that sector of the economy is going to grow. It's not going to shrink. We'll come back and talk a little bit more about that when we come back after these messages. I am John Truman Wolfe. This is the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour from the mountains north of Los Angeles, and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Now it's time for Medved's Entertainment Minute.
Michelle Pfeiffer gives one of her best ever performances as a wealthy, eccentric widow who can't or won't manage her money and so is forced to flee to Paris with her aimless son, played by Lucas Hedges, in French Exit, now playing in select theaters.
What was your plan?
My plan was to die before the money ran out, but I kept and keep not dying, and here I am.
And there she is, dominating every scene. But the problem is that the story surrounding her is so peculiar, involving a black cat possessed by a spirit from the great beyond, and a collection of odd but not particularly endearing characters who assemble around her new life in France. Based on a novel that did a much better job of filling in the blanks and answering questions about the weirdness that wobbles through this profoundly peculiar film, this R-rated exercise, mostly for language, never lives up to its great star's luminous performance. Only 2 stars for French Exit.
Attention real estate investors. Do you need cash immediately? If you own one or multiple rental properties, you can use your equity to get cash out fast. The best part is we don't need tax returns or even a good credit score. At America's Loan Source, we are not a bank and we don't have bank rules. We make the decisions to loan you money, and there's no limit how much we can give you. Some clients have gotten as much as $500,000 or more within days. Use the money any way you want. If you own one rental property or 100 and COVID has left you in a cash crunch, we can help you turn your equity into fast cash. Call now for details and close in as little as 10 days and get the cash you need. 800-353-1760. 800-353-1760. 800-353-1760. That's 800-353-1760.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm John Truman Wolfe. You are with me in the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour. We've been talking the entire hour, actually, about cryptos and the booming sector this is of money, of finance, of currency. I keep saying it, and maybe I sound like a little bit like a broken record, but this is the development. As we speak, we're in the middle of a major shift, a transformation of currency on planet Earth. I've quoted these numbers before, but you've got 80% of the central banks of the world are in the process of testing or developing, or in some cases implementing digital currencies from their central banks. Those are called CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. The major industrial nation that is leading this digital transformation is China. They've got 4 states now operating on an e-yuan digital currency. The problem with this, as we've talked about before, is the government, once they replace cash with zeros and ones, with digital currency into your bank account, it's not if, it's when they do this, they'll be able to follow everything you're spending money on, anything. They'll be able to, increase the digits, take digits away. And the Fourth Amendment becomes a doormat because they can follow you and all the purchases that you're making in your financial life. I mean, life to a very large degree is economic. It doesn't mean you have to, spend your life focused on generating income, although, we need it for rent, food, etc. What I'm saying is that, money plays a major part in life. And if they take cash away, which is happening, then they're going to be able to monitor everything you do with your digits. It's why I recommend in my newsletter, and I'll give my plug here for the newsletter because I think it's important, not only because I write it, but because there's information in there that you should have if you're an investor, is get some gold and silver. I'm a bigger fan of silver than gold. Get some, put it in a safe at home. Don't put it in a bank. Don't put it with Brinks. Put it in a safe at home so that if there's a bank holiday, if there's a bank setback, which is not at all inconceivable, you've got your hands on it. The other thing to do, I would do, you don't have to do it all at once, is get some Ben Franklins and put some cash in your safe. I was going to say under your mattress, but in your safe, so that you've got at home some gold and some cash. Now, what's going to happen when they replace digital currency, when they replace cash with digital currencies? Are they going to outlaw cash? I think what will happen is that they will mandate that vendors have to accept the digital currency. It's digital currencies that will be going into the Social Security accounts, and that people will be paid with, and so forth. And so you have to learn to live with that. If they ban cash, if they make it illegal, then you've got something to discuss with your attorney. But my guess is that there'll be a black market in cash. It's just a guess. And trading, Ben Franklin's $100 bills will become kind of this black market. So I encourage you to get some gold and silver, get some cash, and stick your toes in the cryptocurrency world. You can do that by opening an account with some, one of the exchanges. There are lots and lots of exchanges. The big one, of course, in the U.S. is Coinbase. You can open an account there. Bittrex, pardon me, or other exchanges, and then buy some and get a feel for this world, because it's coming. It's here to a very large extent as an investment area. It hasn't taken over the bank accounts yet, but it will. It will. So that and subscribe to Strategic Financial Intelligence, because I'm staying on top of this stuff, making recommendations. We just published today this issue, which covers several cryptocurrencies with graphs, shows where they were bought, how they're doing now, and makes specific recommendations for some cryptos that actually look quite good. And I think will do very well into the future. So strategicfinancialintelligence.com, strategicfinancialintelligence.com. And if you read the Wall Street Journal or Barron's or any of those financial mags, keep an eye on what China is doing, because the Winter Olympics are supposed to be in Beijing in 2022. And the governor, I think they call him the governor of the PBOC, the People's Bank of China, the Central Bank of China, has specifically said that they're looking to roll out their digital currency at the Beijing Olympics. If they do that, the currency wars will be engaged. All right, we're going to come back for a final segment after this. I'm John Truman Wolfe. This is the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour, and we'll be right back.
Let's talk about your credit cards. When you first start using them, it's a slow drip. You make charges, then more charges, then bills come, and they keep coming. When you open your statements, the floodgates come pouring in. You realize you have more credit card debt than you can afford, and you're barely making the minimum payments. Wouldn't it be nice to make one affordable payment and have all your credit card bills covered? Make this free call and learn our responsible way to get your credit card bills paid and under control.
Sponsored by Consumer Education Services, a nonprofit organization.
800-876-3643. 800-876-3643. 800-876-3643. That's 800-876-3643.
CESI is not a loan company. The establishment of a debt management plan may adversely affect your credit rating. Non-payment of debt may lead creditors to increase finance and other charges to undertake collection activity, including liquidation.
It's totally normal to be constipated with belly pain, straining, and bloating again and again.
No way. You could have a chronic condition called irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives to help relieve belly pain and let you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Individual results may vary. Do not give to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor today. You may be able to save on Linzess and make fewer trips to the pharmacy. See if you're eligible to pay as little as $30 for 90 days. Visit linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, may be losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject and every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-489-6575. 800-489-6575. 800-489-6575. That's 800-489-6575.
And we are back. I'm John Truman Wolfe. This is the final segment of the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour. Talking cryptos this entire hour. There was a seminar or video presentation by one of my competitors. I don't know that I would call him one of my competitors, as he's got a big following. And he promoted this video presentation, and he spent, I don't know, an hour talking, and finally at the end of his talk, promoted his great call as Ethereum, which is like, really? Of course, Ethereum has been my number one pick and promotion. It's a great crypto, and even though it's fallen back here the last couple of days, I think it's got a great future. And this guy charges a couple of grand for his newsletter. Now, more power to him. If he can get a couple of grand for his newsletter, he's got good stats. Mine aren't too shabby either. 10 for 10. So, I mean, I've got 10 cryptos. They've all, done handsomely. Although I haven't looked today. Maybe some are below the watermark. I don't know. But this guy charges $2,000. The newsletter Strategic Financial Intelligence is $99, which is a 60% discount off of the regular retail price of $249, which I did just kind of because of COVID or whatever. I mean, people were trying to provide easier ways for people to get by, and I thought reducing that cost made sense. So a couple of bucks a week, you get a newsletter that makes recommendations on cryptos. It shows cryptos that were purchased, where they are, and how to go about it. So I'm a fan of my own newsletter. It's not that this other fellow doesn't get good stats. He does, but I've been pushing Ethereum for quite some time. I bought Ethereum back. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at my records, but I paid $190 for it, and today it's at $1,500. It got as high as $1,900. I mean, it was 10x, and I think it'll continue to go. My underlying guess, is that Ethereum will go at least to 5,000. Now, I'm promoting cryptos. I think it is a new and exciting area to invest. Remember, the old adages, past performance is no guarantee of future results. And don't go investing in these markets with money that you can't afford to lose. The cryptocurrency markets, as has been obvious for the last couple of days, are volatile as hell. They go up, down, and they move very, very quickly. This is much faster moving than the stock market. Cryptocurrencies move very, very quickly. You can go up to the main site that monitors cryptos. It's called coinmarketcap.com, coinmarketcap.com, and you can see the cryptos changing price all over, because people are buying them from all over the world, and they change very regularly. So if you want to stay up with these markets and get some recommendations, go to strategicfinancialintelligence.com, buy the newsletter, and we'll look forward to providing you with some good information and some good investment recommendations. I'm John Truman Wolfe. I'm going to wish you a great weekend coming up, and we'll see you next Thursday right here at 4 o'clock. Be well, folks.